Greetings, my fellow vaulters, Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Biotech Doomsday Vault. Episode 14, Cave of Opportunity. This is probably inappropriately cheery music for the recap, but here we go. The recap of last stream. Really only one significantly large, or two significantly large events. One is that we made it out to the Ancient Danger and opened it up and managed to add some additional people to our community. So they still believe in their local academy, the transhumanists' ideology, but they are now joined with us, bolstering our population. And then, tragically, Mayhem was out here playing, minding his own business, and pod drop raiders came down to murder him, because that's what RimWorld's about, unfortunately, significantly. So Mayhem is in this sarcophagus, hoping and praying for Resmec serum at some point. So that is what's going on. I am going to be polling you all pretty early on about priorities. I'm going to let you guys pick. So this is going to be a really long poll for you early birds, but here it is. What should the priority be? Questing, improving the living conditions of the vault, improving defenses and security, crafting weapons and armor, and just a little reminder that we left off having finished jump packs and recon armor for Locust armor. We also have a lot of other technology already unlocked. Exploring the mountain, where we have this potentially large cavern to uncover. Improving faction relations. So one of the issues is we really don't have much of a relationship with the nation of Nalm. And we could definitely call them in as allies or trade caravans, but we have not made that a priority. Resolving a specific resource scarcity. So we are a little resource scarce on plasteel. That is definitely our bottleneck. We also don't have a lot of uranium either. Or improving the health of the colonists, like bioregeneration or bionics, because we have a lot of colonists with scars and scratches and things like that, missing fingers and toes. I'll do the full rundown now. So, pregnancy mood. Oh, good. You're in a collapsing mood. We have... Fortunately, Kanath got his brain surgery pod already adjusted. But Shay is missing a nose, which is a bit of a problem because it makes her less attractive and as a result causes some friction relationships-wise. And then Shield is also missing a nose, so it's both a ghoulishly noseless couple. Yaroslav has a burn scar on his right eye, a pretty bad one too. He's got only about a third of his eye works. And then Destroyer here, in his advanced age, has a bad back, a bite scar to a leg, and a torso scar. Less attractive under the mask. It would be really cool if the mask negated the penalties to that kind of stuff, but they do not. Holy moly. Kadath, very happy about his brain surgery success. Just dropped a whole lot of gifted subs. Oh man. Cheers. Oh, that is... It is... You know the perfect temperature of coffee? When it is... just brilliantly hot, right? Any hotter and it would harm you, but it's just hot enough. It's the upper cusp of your... what is comfortable, perhaps. That is the coffee I just drank. It is the most ideal temperature. I wish I had a thermometer I could stick it in there and figure out what temperature that is. Wouldn't be that hard to do. I just, don't have a thermometer on hand. Toasty. Toasty roasty. Looks like exploring the mountain is going to be a popular priority. If that wins, I'm going to have you guys vote on specifically what that means. Whether we go to the potential cavern or whether we dig mining tunnels. One or the other. Have I seen the Ember Mugs? You mean these guys? Yeah, I have one. I hate it. Hate is a strong word. I dislike it because I like a little bit of cream in my coffee, and the Ember mugs congeal that cream into a very nasty film that sits on top. So the Ember mugs, I think, are really good if you're a black coffee drinker, or if you're a tea drinker and don't take milk or whatever in your tea, just straight liquids. But it's really, really gross for coffee and cream, like extraordinarily gross, because you're drinking filmy gunk a lot of the time. Just my 2 cents. So I have one, I just don't use it. I'll leave it super alone. Was Mini Rad good for me today? No. Teething pains. A lot of teething pains. But he doesn't particularly love the, like, we have a pacifier that we can fill with water and freeze to help with teething pains, but he's not much of a pacifier user. So as a result, just pissed all day long, or all morning long. Is that Tusk in the background? It is, yeah. Our little guardian dog. How old is he? He is about 5 months. Yep. All right, improving the mountain is definitely going to be a winner. So, or exploring the mountain. Where do I explore in the mountain? Mining tunnels in the south, or the potential cavern up north? Or alternatively, there's one other alternative which I thought, which is that I think it would be possible to mine through here and to take a look in here, because this is hollow something or another. One of the rules, if you recall, is that we're not allowed to build outside, but this is not outside. This is in a cave. So I could hypothetically build here, build like a panic bunker or something, because that would have helped Mayhem. The thinking is, for someone like Carlotta, do we keep her locked inside all day long? That seems cruel. I'd like for them to be able to roam outside, but of course outside comes with the threat of pod drop raids. So adding defenses in outside mountains might help with that. Might not, who knows. So explore the northern caves, now that I've explained that. Why is my phone lighting up? It's probably spam call. Oh, look at that. Yep. 99 calls a day, and 99 of them are spam. Just how it be. So there's a mad waste rat, and Carlotta's the closest to the outside. Oh, that's good. I think Tech Noir is probably going to be able to take care of it. Wow, you really are just going straight outside. You want a piece of this waste rat, huh? Where is it? Up there it is. Hello, waste rat. Tech Noir is going to have to wait a while, because that waste rat is not close. Well, thank you for the boost stream, guys. Camasia and Shay with the bits. And Kadath with all those subs. Level 3 complete. Looks like potential cavern is a very popular choice here. I'm gonna leave a full 5 minutes here, just so that you all have the chance to pull. And but I am very happy to expand into caves. There might be some opportunities to really benefit the community. We'll see. Maybe make a child zone so that they are restricted near the front door. Yeah, I had that thought. It's never going to be foolproof, but to have instead of avoid pollution. The other issue is when they go out on their nature walks, they don't actually abide by zoning. I'm not sure if you noticed this or not, but they kind of don't. So that is yet another issue. So I think what I'll do is, yeah, I'm going to have a child zone or whatever. and hope that they abide by the zoning as much as they're able. I'll put it like that. So this looks reasonable for where children are going to be allowed. I don't want children going deep into the mining shafts because there's a risk of infestations if they're really far into the mining shafts. So, and then anyone that has, it's really just like a movement speed thing. It's not so much children. Now, I think teenagers, as you can see, move at 95% speed, which honestly, as a teenager, was faster than most adults. Not a brag. I think most adults are not as fast as they were in like prime teen years. So I don't really know if I agree with that. But I think for someone like Yaroslav or Shane, who are both teenagers, I'm probably not going to zone restrict them. This is strictly for someone like Carlotta. And Carlotta was actually already restricted to home zoning, which was even more restrictive. So in a way, she's got a little bit more freedom. Destroyer. Why? Okay, you're just a miner. Just. That sounds rude. You're a miner. I'm not really sure. If you're a miner, how about we mine up here? Because it seems to me like we're going to be exploring this cavern. And the badback dude, you know, he's a pacifist. So, you know, he's an adult. He should be able to take care of himself. And if he wants to go wandering, that's okay. I don't think it's, I think it's a bit infantilizing to zone restrict a 69-year-old. You want to tell the 69-year-old in your community that they're just too old to go out by themselves? Because I am not having that conversation with a 69-year-old. Nope. No, sir. No, sir. I don't need to be, no. Don't need that flack. Most of you know what I'm talking about, trying to deal with, like, in-laws or elderly parents that will refuse to listen. Yep. I know all too well. That is a fight not worth having. I suppose, so Thomas, Yaroslav, and Shane are all young teens. And I think they all run at 95% speed, which would have been enough. It's just Carlotta runs at, you run at 75% speed. And then right now you're also in the dark, which doesn't help. Where are you that you're in the dark? Oh, near the kill box. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. So I think given those two penalties, yeah, it makes the most sense to have pretty restrictive zoning. The path up north is getting done, though. We have a nice illuminated path out to the lookout, or whatever we want to call this, the perch, balcony, cave, and exit. I'm not sure what it should be called. But in either case, it's nice setup and pretty. Oh, Cathanon, you have inspired creativity for your crafting 20. Oh boy, what do we make? Because we can make one of something amazing. We could do an assault rifle, potentially legendary. Sniper rifle, potentially legendary. Chain shotgun. Maybe assault rifle or sniper rifle are probably the best bets. Or SMG. So I'll have you guys vote on that. So it looks like we're going to explore the cavern. And then I'll have you poll about what Cathanon should make. And I'm just going to make sure that that I don't have anything queued up like, make a toque! And then, yeah, okay, here, I'll just turn his tailoring off. And then I don't think there's anything that he's currently, oh no, EMP launcher. Yeah, let's not make a legendary one of those. Biofuel's fine. Okay. What should Cathanon make? Here are your options. Give you 2.5 minutes to vote on that. So heavy SMG, sniper rifle, assault rifle, or armor. So that you're making an informed decision. The quality of a weapon, when it hits masterwork, it gains 25% extra damage, and when it hits legendary, it gains 50% extra damage. It also is more accurate than its lower quality counterparts, just so that you know what kind of benefit there is to make such a illustrious weapon. And that is the most I am going to influence about that poll, just so that it's an informed decision. That's all. All right, I must, yeah, okay. I was going to say I must have them on some sort of restrictive zoning because they're not mining or building, and that would be true. A ball could stray to flying overhead. I don't have a lot of opportunity to buy wood, so it would be absolutely terrific to be able to purchase some wood. As odd as that sounds, the witchwood that is commonly found in the on the map tile is pretty terrible. It's really not going to yield very much. We have a three-way tie for social skill, so we have a 17. Tech Noir is probably the best because he's the leader. Leaders get a little bit of a bonus to trade price improvement, but I'll check Sapo. 15, and then I think it was Shay at probably also 15. Yeah, leaders get a 2% trade bonus, as you can see. Faction leader bonus 2%. So usually if your faction leader is tied, they will win unless there's like a health condition or something. All right. That is a lot of pack of survival meals. Where did we get all these? Have I been making them? I guess I've been making them and I just don't know it. Wouldn't be a terrible idea to buy cloth either. And then we have a lot of insect jelly from all the bugs that we've been crushing. So I'm going to buy their plasteel. Plasteel is really, I would say, one of my material bottlenecks. So until we start finding plasteel underground where we can dig it with a deep drill, plasteel is something that I'm probably always going to buy. It also looks like you guys want an assault rifle. Got it. Wow, we have so much shredded clothing here. I'm going to have to get tailoring once Cathanon's done with that gun, because pretty much everything is worth selling. So I'm also going to buy some gold, because there's no point in having plasteel if we're going to run out of gold too. Because the giant gold meteorite that I found was We Are Legion, right? Here, I'm not sure. Let me not buy that yet. And then I did want to buy some wood, in case of like prolonged cold snap plus solar flares or whatever. I'm going to sell the harder drugs. We don't need hard drugs. So the drug tolerances on teenagers have been changed. You're right about that. They don't get addicted like pre 1.4 children. So I don't need to keep them as restricted as I currently do. And I will be changing that shortly. I'm also going to part with most of the smoke leaf joints. Where are we getting all these drugs? I totally don't recall being offered all these drugs. Wow. It's rare that bulk goods will sell marble. I'm a little tempted to also buy the uranium because that would give us the ability to make fireproof turrets. Egg layer hen might not be terrible, but I don't think I'm really ready to start a chicken coop. It's not something I really want to get into. Okay. That was a big trade. One of the problems is all the trade goods is going to spill out here. But that clears out a whole lot of room for us to craft. And then Cathanon, they wanted an assault rifle. So alternative... Well, you know what? Maybe I should have included charge rifles and charge lance. I kind of overlooked them. But I'm going to poll actually again, so sorry about that. Because I forgot that we had that technology. So, here it is again. Oh no. So Shield and Shay, I'm going to have you unrestricted because you have gas masks. And we'll go pick this stuff up. So of the uranium turrets, I only have one of them. Ironically, if I put a beacon in the sniper nest, it would be closer. True. True. It's possible that I'll be able to place a beacon out here, if that's hollow. So who is still sleeping here? This is unowned? Nice. So everyone has bedrooms, plus the empty bedroom. So all the bedrooms are just about done until we get voted up for improving colonists' living conditions as a priority, which, you know, hasn't been voted on. It's very cold out. I'm not really sure why I have these things open. I should definitely close them. So it warms up in the base a little bit more. That was a mistake. And the purpose of these steel barricades is just for superheating the entry tunnel, which has been a very useful tool to fight against organics, you know, human enemies that come messing with us. So, Shay, I am probably going to have you caravanning for this stuff. I know, right? But you're only one of 2 people that would be allowed out here, so... Got all those paint markers, but no Tinctoria yet. Yep. I'm waiting for me to have a true abundance of rice before I jump to making something that's cosmetic. Because Tinctoria grows quickly, but, like, you can't eat it, right? So I don't want to have shortages. It looks like we're starting to build up our abundance of rice, but again, I'm going to wait until we have, like, thousands, not just hundreds. Prediction about the quality of this charge rifle. What quality will he make? Legendary or not legendary? Shay doesn't really need to bring all the stuff in. We have a lot of idle people. She just needs to bring it close enough that someone else can haul it the rest of the way. Oh. Nothing like beating up a 14. Oh, punching off the toe of a 14-year-old. And biting him. This is a pretty creepy fight. I'm gonna look away. Y'all don't get meds, you know? You don't get to bite one another and, hoover up my medicine. It's not how this works. Well, I would say pretty soundly Cam won. I don't think that that's all that controversial. Although, she got bit too. Bit on the leg. He's dying in 14 hours. Technoir, take your time. Don't worry. You don't need to tend to him urgently. He'll totally be okay. I'm joking. Alright. Another trip. Delthane, thank you for the resub. And Darbs as well. And Thomas Jade for the gifted sub. Oh, I can see the outside. Go, Sapo, go. Oh, well, okay, that was I see another thin passage here, but that was underwhelming. I was about to, I was expecting a sort of big reveal, and it was just like, oh, yep, snowy cave. Oh, here we go. Ah, there's steel. So I almost marked it down correctly. That's really useful. Because that's not outside. That's inside. I 100% like that. I have plans. I have big plans for that spot. But, yeah, I'll pull you on them. Well, I don't even need to pull you on them, because there's kind of only one way to use it. That is awesome. Potentially solar, yeah. Or a ship dry dock. Or a playground. There's a lot of things that we could do there. It does have pollution, but we have ways of removing it, so I'm not too worried about pollution. We have ways of removing it without violating the series rules. I'm gonna have Shield join Shay. I hope someone's taking care of oh no, Carlotta's not a baby anymore, I keep forgetting. So the polluted overlay, it is polluted. As polluted as you would expect it to be. Because this map tile is 100% polluted, so most tiles are polluted as a result. But we can remove pollution with anyone with gas masks. So it might be a good time to make some spare gas masks. So that we can clean that area up and make it safe. And maybe line the walls so it's a little bit thicker too, because, we don't need any dangerous accidents. Alright, Shay, let's go one more trip. I can also put a beacon in there, so that'd be really good. What does it do to defense if there's a siege in there? Well, what I would need to do is I would need to put a door here and then have an alternative path door that are forced open into this main corridor so that if I do get pod drop raiders in here, they're routed into the flame corridor. And that's pretty easy to do so that pod drop raids don't get an easy pass into my base. So in terms of avoid pollution, let's remove, oh yeah, perfect. Remove this spot because people that don't have protective gear shouldn't go there. There we go, all cleared. And the safety zone for Carlotta, yeah, let me take a look at that. So children, nope, she's not allowed near there either. We're safe. Cancel caravan forming. So that gives us, I don't know, a good 400 something wood, which is great because fibercorn grows so slowly. Stickiest, you ask, is res mech available from Ancient Dangers? It is, but just at very low rarity. So you could search 50 Ancient Dangers and only find it once. So it's a little challenging to try to get it on purpose. A lot of work. Royal, you ask, how do you keep a colonist from being unhappy from being underground? You don't. You just make them happy other ways. So if you take a look at Tech Noir, it has stuck indoors, but has all these other benefits so as to not be an issue, right? Same with everybody. Kadath, for instance, has Entombed Underground, which is the worst possible slider for being stuck underground, but because of all the other positive mood effects, it isn't a factor at all. One thing that I could do is I could move, like once, let's say I clean up some of the pollution here, I could move like a billiards table out there So when they're playing billiards or hoopstone or something like that, they're outside. Or alternatively, put a telescope out there. Just some sort of enjoyment activity that will force them outdoors periodically. That is a pretty good method as well. But of course, I need to clean a lot of the pollution up before that's a viable solution. But yeah, that's another way to do it. And show the new temp overlay? Sure. So here's the new temperature overlay. Kadath. So the, I need to put these walls back. I broke them so I could smooth out the corners. But green is sort of temperate. It's a little strange when you have colored walls, as you can see. So like the pastel blue walls of the nursery definitely makes it harder to read this overlay a little bit. But yeah, it's pretty chilly outside. It actually looks like a deeper blue in the entryway cave, but it isn't. It's just a trick of the light. Can you move Pollux trees? As far as I know, not without mods. They're not. So other trees will have this extract tree. What is it called? Gizmo? Pollux trees do not. And I think it's by design for balancing reasons. And the same would be true of Gao trees and anima trees. Traditionally. Whereas like normal trees you can move. There we go. Should be a little bit warmer now in the core of the base and colder elsewhere. I bought gold, didn't I? I have 500 of it. Well, I didn't buy gold. Okay, yeah, that's right. Good. Good. So we don't need that, surely. So one thing I could do here is to start prepping this area a little bit more to expand and to protect it by mining out the edges that are not overhead mountain and then walling it up so it's thicker where enemies could sap or breach. I'm not going to be able to stop breachers, but I can at least dissuade sappers from taking it as a valid path. So if I open up this pollution overlay, I think what I'm going to do, and this is going to take me a minute to draw it, but I'm going to paint avoid pollution over all of this, and then remove the red parts. Because any of the mountain that we're digging into won't be polluted, so that I can have any colonist miner mine the edges of this cavern out to be a larger open area, without really risking pollution, as long as we're standing on the correct side of the zone, which I'm sure it's not going to be perfect, but I'll do periodic toxic buildup checks. Toxic buildup doesn't really start to affect you until you get up into the moderate range. Once you're up into the moderate range, yeah, you're going to have some issues and problems, and it's going to be a little messy, but yeah, this is potentially a really good acquisition. It's too bad I don't have that, like, fill tool in MS Paint. Be really nice. Alright, so now you will see people traverse the zones briefly to remove roof and the like. It's not really a way for me to easily stop that. But we can start expanding this as much as we can, because what I'm hoping to do is put in recreation here that allows for my vaulters to fulfill their outdoor needs. Possibly to build the spaceship here so that we can blast off the planet, because that's one of the goals of this series. And then also to have like a trade beacon and just everything that we want outside. Solar panels, etc., etc. All made possible. The other thing I want to do is to start preparing for the possibility of drop pod raiders here. Which means... Trying to think of where the doors are. So if you're a drop pod raider here, you need a clear path into the base, which means these doors need to be open. So I'm going to put 2 doors just around this so that the raiders don't just smash lamps, and we'll keep these doors closed. I think that's probably the way to do it. And then these doors here are fire buffer doors. So we're going to make them out of sandstone so that they don't burn, and it can heat that entryway. Auto doors won't change whether they're open or closed, but whether they're powered or not. There is no way to remotely open and close a door. You have to have a allied or friendly pawn move through it, or to have a mod like Android Tiers, because you can have Android Tiers do it with the supercomputer, but that would be the only way to do it. Oh, good. Acidic smog. We finally got a brilliant open outdoor area, and I'm getting smogged. Lovely. Let's see here. So the chimney is going to get messed up as a result of this, yeah. So one of the things I could do for the chimney is to wall it up like this so that the chimney actually exits to the outside. And then have like walls like this or something so that the chimney can dump heat to where it belongs. Because that's, I think it actually might be better if there is an alternative path to here that doesn't use the chimney's pathway, actually, now that I think about it. Yeah, let me think about that real quick. So this here, I'll paint so that you guys understand what I'm talking about. This here is where we're dumping heat. And this needs to connect to something outdoors. So right now it doesn't, and it's going to get really hot in the hallways here. So if I want access to this area here, we're going to need to access this area an alternative route that doesn't cross paths with this chimney exhaust. Like either through hydroponics or alternatively, like here. Because this is pretty easy to get to. Climbing over all the hydroponic basins would be probably pretty annoying. Whereas going through the schoolhouse seems fine. And then another thing that I can do is to have my own, like have a secondary kill box in here. So that it would serve 2 purposes. One, I would be able to, if I close these doors, usher raiders in this way that end up, the raiders end up going through this secondary kill box, possibly with turrets. But it also would leave the chimney alone so that the chimney can connect up here. And I think that's probably the way to go about it. So actually, yeah, let me change the layout I had in my head. I'm not going to, I'll probably eventually put this path in there anyway, but not for now. Yeah, or like a fire maze or something. Some sort of defense. What type of defense will be left up to you when it is time to employ defensive capabilities in this spot. So I think, with that said, I'll allow Destroyer to mine up the remainder of this stuff But then we're going to work on an entryway cave. Which means that in this spot here, I think what I'll do is deconstruct this cable, this lamp I'll save for this tunnel, and then I'm going to fill in everything. All of this here is going to get filled in with sandstone so that it is not a pod drop risk. Pod drop raiders can't just easily go in, because pod drop raiders are never sappers or breachers. Sappers and breachers always enter from the edge of the map. Never, ever, ever did they pod drop raid. They just don't. Masterwork rifle. Not legendary wins. Tiny fraction of you guys guessed that right. Still, wonderful rifle, but just not quite as amazing as we were hoping, I don't think. So Sapo or Cam are probably going to be the wield. I don't know, Shield. Shield will be the wielder of this. Alright, go for it, Shield. Shield has a burning passion in shooting, so I think he's probably the best shooter. Yeah, he's the best shooter. And he's going to level up the fastest. Is the bulk goods trader still around? Sorry, tech. It is. Oh, man, they have a lot of hens. They keep tempting you with eggs. Eggs would be a really good way to get a protein source, which is renewable with only vegetables. But it's one of these situations where, like, I still don't feel super secure in our food production. So jumping to start to feed hens at the cost of, you know, our colonist needs might not be wise. That's going to be a little bit easier to haul. Of course, this is a pod drop raid. A pod drop raid lure, unfortunately. Is the outside toxic polluted? It is. Oh, wow, another bulk goods trader. What is going on here? Fawn to Possum Transit Company, FH Solutions. Man, there's a lot of... what was the other one called? And Ludion Partners. Hey, if only I was a Ludion partner. But I'm not. I could always cryptosleep the hens and the AD if I'm lacking food. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I just... me personally, my own preferences, I don't like ranching in RimWorld. I find it tedious, and it requires a lot of manpower that the community might be better allocated towards literally anything else. So that's why, at any given chance, I do not bother to buy animals. Unless it's part of the series, unless there's a good reason. Do you have the new Mex Ranch? No. Not really. The Agrihand can grow food, which is something that you need to do while ranching, but like it doesn't ranch itself. It's just a food grower. Ooh, meds from space. I like meds from space. Oh, we struck silver. Just by chance. Is there any extensive RimWorld lore? Yeah, if you read the Tynan's Primer, that's gonna have it all for you. Go, Shay, go. The mining monster. Espane, thank you for the sub. Welcome. And Cthulhu, thank you for the resub. Have the bugs arrived yet? Oh yeah. Multiple times. So then, just like the other pathway, I'm going to want to illuminate this one just for ease of use and speed of use. And then I'll illuminate it, smooth it all out so that we traverse it quickly. We're getting pretty close to being able to close this off. Hi, Dante. What you doing? The other thing we're going to want here is probably a door to prevent heat leak. Maybe a quick open door. I still have to figure out what exact defenses we're going to use for this this area. I haven't really worked that out in my mind yet, and I'll likely pull you anyway for what that might look like. But at least I know I'm not going to want to heat this giant tunnel. The other problem is now that with that door there, it makes it dark towards the end of this tunnel. So the lights, I think I've set up every 18, so this here, I'm actually going to mine out and make it a light. I think that should illuminate this here. Or maybe it's 7 for when it's installed sideways, but I don't know, we'll see. No, it's lit 40%, that's good enough. So every 18... I'll try every 18. Well, might have to tinker with it. A second research bench for all those big brain genies around? You'd think it'd be useful, but like, there's just not enough of the research tree left that is nice for me to get to warrant such a cost of resources. Most of the research that these colonists needs, we have. So investing more of our resources into a research bench for no benefit doesn't make that much sense. So we've mined all the way through. Is it still overhead mountain? Oh no, this is the end of the overhead mountain. Okay. Mine that out. Nice. Yeah, wall lights are still not a thing. Are you? I'm just slow. Nobody's even touching that plasteel. That's funny. So now that we're up to 1600 rice, I will start to grow tinctorium. Another thing that I also probably want to grow is cotton, because we're definitely going to want some cloth for clothing and the like. There's not a lot of hunting opportunities. Most of the animals here are really small or don't yield much leather, so we're going to have to grow our own. And because there's no caverns on this map tile, it means that there's not going to be a lot of good opportunities to grow Devil Strand, as Devil Strand requires does not grow in hydroponics, so it requires us to get creative about how we source. Is conversion available? Yeah, it is. So last I checked, we were... Oh man, we're nowhere. Who should we try to convert first? So Cathanon, Shane, and Destroyer all believe in something different. The benefit of them converting is one, this stupid cleric roll warning goes away. And then the other benefit is if they get sick, we can preach health or work drives, because work drives and health and things like that are reserved for people of your own ideology. So I'm not able to work drive Cathanon, for instance. I've been not hitting work drive anyway, because Tech Noir is our researcher, and also it's nice to have combat command banked if we need it, but, because, you know, who knows, we might need it. So this is 18 tiles. I'm having I think it's actually 17 or 16 for, oh no, this is mine. Sorry, Sapo, misled you. Nope, 18 works. There's no dark spots. Perfect. Alright, it's kind of a runaway poll, so I'm going to try to convert Cathanon. The other question is, who do we have the closest relationship with? Because the closer your relationship, the better the results. Cathanon is truly neutral here. Whereas, like, Shane, I have a slightly better relationship with. I wonder what the percent is. So this is a 45% versus Shane, who's probably like 47. Nope, still 45. Okay. Before I do this, yeah, it's 11-day conversion ritual, so there's no point in saving it. Oh, wow, that hit big. 88 to 43. I can dig it. Are we letting up the tunnel to lower infestation chance? It's actually faster to move in illuminated areas. You suffer a movement penalty when it's dark. So I'm illuminating it just so that we don't take forever to traverse our caves. Because, you know, you start running into penalties. I saw you. Who's my animal handler? Sapo? Hi, bud. What's up back there? One joins us and the other one wants to bite us. Short circuit event. Centered in the cave. Oh, that's spicy. And then a unique trade. So we'll take a look at this. Unique trade. Oh, it's for bionic ears for a neuroformer and persona core, or a beam targeter, grenadier armor in plasteel or goodwill. Well, they sure have my ear. That's for sure. Do we make bionic ears for the unique trade? Yes or no? Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Biotech Doomsday Vault, which originally streamed live on Twitch November 1st. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my gaming community, Rhadamant.com also has a link to Discord, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. A special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel. I'll catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell.